Hey YouTube, it's Nicole Wymore. I'm coming to you from the crib. So listen, I had some thoughts. I'm I'm baffled. I'll be honest with you. I am very much so baffled by the Love and Marriage Huntsville shenanigans, if you will. And because I do the reality TV villain awards, I'm gonna have to tell you that even though we are only 2 months into this year and most of the shenanigans happened in 2024, I'm still going to give Destiny, Dusty, Dustpan, and Court, shout out to Here for Hot Tea, Peyton, the reality TV villain award of the century because you have got to be a special kind of evil villain to have achieved what you have just done at this reunion and all season, if I'm being honest. I I, I was watching Jeremy Speaks and he's hilarious, by the way. So go check him out. And I have the same question that he has. What did Melody do? Melody Cherie Rogers almost just saint like. I mean, she what did she really do to this cast to make them just so evil towards her? And I'm going to start with Letitia. Letitia, maybe in the first few seasons that started off this series, maybe Melody came across like she had her shit together and you knew for a fact that Martell was cheating on her. She didn't know. So you were judging her and looking at her as if, well, how you going to tell me what to do when your life is in a shambles? She didn't know. She didn't know until later. So it's like, and if she knew, she was trying to work on her marriage. She wanted to make her marriage work with the man that she married and said vows to, for better or for worse, in sickness and in health. And you're judging her because you think she's judging you, and she wasn't. Seems to me like, from what I've seen on TV, she was just trying to help you with the goals you said you wanted. And you haven't been right ever since. You've been treating this lady like she is public enemy number one ever since. And okay, so now you've recently admitted that Martell was the one feeding you guys this information that Melody was just talking about you guys and blah 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 blah. But now that you know, you still treating her like shit, you know? And if it wasn't for Marceau, you wouldn't be anywhere near Melody. You wouldn't be on her side. You wouldn't be defending her in any way. And you're still technically not defending her because you're leaving off the important things that would absolve her from whatever happened in that limousine. And Kimmy, what did Melody do to you? She seemed like she was closer to you than she was Tisha. You both seem to have had a mutual understanding. You guys have that get up and go. You make your own money. You're go getters. I don't understand what did Melody really do to you? Okay, and this season she decided to go with what was happening in the social media realm about what happened with the DUI with Maurice, but everybody wants to know, including you, where the fuck was he at? Where was he? You were looking for him just as well as everybody was trying to figure out where he was after the fact. So it's like, what did she really do to you? And then when you asked her not to talk about it, or it was a subject that she recognized that you didn't want to discuss, well, she didn't discuss it. And then you come to her like, okay, so what is it? Do you think he's cheating on me? Like, da da da. And she's like, you know what? Listen, I'm not even gonna go there because you asked me not to. And now all of a sudden she's public enemy number one. You got all this vitriol and you foaming at the mouth, yelling at her and acting like you guys are just mortal enemies at this reunion. Listen, is a check really worth that much? I thought as a nursing director that you were, because you left your career for your no good ass husband. I just, is the money really worth it? I mean, because according to all of the people who left the other franchises, they don't pay much. So I'm just a bit confused. And honestly, to everyone who turned on Melody, I hope it's worth it. I hope you find that it was worth it because y'all ain't shit for that. What did Melody really do to make you guys turn on her the way that you have? Destiny. She don't want to be your friend no more, so all of a sudden you just got to be this real hard ass bitch at this reunion. But let's not talk about throughout the season how you've been trying to sit next to Melody, how you've been trying to, get her attention, how you I don't understand, like it doesn't make it make sense, guys. Like what is the issue? What did Melody actually do to you guys to make you just become this hard ass? Is the check that big? Because now she's quit the show. Now she's gone. And who's the villain? Who are you going to vilify now? Who is it that's gonna tantalize you to make you want to? I don't get it. It doesn't make sense. Make it make sense, guys. You don't like her. Why? Why? What did she do to you? You don't like her because she left her husband? You don't like her because Martell's a loose cannon and he might spill some of your tea? You don't like her because she's more successful? She didn't need you guys? She let the 47 acres go? Like what is it? Because as an audience, all we are seeing is just high school slash college slash fraternity slash just mean girl shit happening, and it doesn't make sense. Make it make sense. I wish you would. I'm still lost at what this one person did that was so horrible, yet you keep Martell in y'all back pockets. Yet you follow him around like a lovesick puppy, Destiny. Like you defend him even though he talks shit about you on national TV and you've got to defend yourself. Even though he runs, rips, and tears these streets up with your husbands, fucking and sucking and doing the most with random girls, you guys will still choose him over Melody. What does she do? Make it like, I think that's just where I'm stuck at. What does she really do to deserve all that you guys have done to her. All that you guys. Wasn't it enough that Tisha, that you told her that Martell bought Ariana a matching BMW, like, and they just out here in these streets matching, and you're not even matching your husband? Wasn't that enough to have said to Melody? No, it wasn't enough. It wasn't. Okay, because I think that would be enough. Nell, I don't understand your angle. You know, you, you have a family to exploit. You didn't need to join their bandwagon, and like, it doesn't make sense. You and Fletcher do actually do things like go to dancing and, fencing and different things. You guys actually bring something interesting to the table. So to join the bandwagon that the other people have fallen prey to is just ridiculous. You didn't need to do that to make up some. I was checking on my friend when really I should have been with my mother. It's some bullshit, because nobody on this God's green earth would choose a friend over their biological mother. So that just lends to what Lexi is saying. You didn't have a close bond with your mom. Otherwise, you would have been right there next to her. There wouldn't have been any question about it. Unless you thought you were filming for the show, and that's just how thirsty you are, that you need to have this show to be a part of this show than to see your mother's last breath. That's on you, not on Mel. How does Mel get blamed for that? That was your decision that you made. It's just amazing to me. What did she do to y'all? And then for Maurice, you had a little vitriol too. The only thing I can say is that maybe, her speaking on your DUI was a little triggering for you. It made you a little upset. Granted, maybe you do have a valid reason to be upset with Melody. Okay, no problem. Marcel, you know, you and Melody have this love hate type of chemistry, and so why you can't get your wife on board to stop doing the shenanigans and F stuff she does is, it's like it's giving this whole thing, this whole reunion, the way that you guys treat Melody, it's giving intentional. It's giving performative. It's giving, let's get rid of Melody, but then, oh my gosh, once we do, what are we actually going to talk about? Someone has to actually share their life. And I don't think you guys understand what you did when you forced her to quit. It's amazing. And there's no need to go into Martell, because there's nothing that can penetrate that skull to where he feels like he was wrong and should apologize and does apologize. And to the point where he can exist in the same room without those old feelings fluttering back, and you trying to be possessive and take control and think that y'all are back together when that's not the case. So Melody keeping her distance, Melody picking and choose who she wants to continue to interact with or not. It's just a safety mechanism. It's just a way to protect and preserve sanity in a room full of snakes and evil, evil ass villains. I, That's the only way that I can see things. There's no real issue that anyone could say that they actually have with Melody. So it's all an act, it's all performative. They just attack this lady for no reason every season, every reunion. And she sits there and she takes it and she answers questions. And she tells you when you're wrong, when you're right, when you have the right idea, when you have the wrong idea. It's just a matter of who's going to listen because it gets tiring after a while to finally get your shot at doing something that you love, only to get bombarded with all these opinions that other people have that you should have, but you don't have because you're your own person. Now you're losing out on endorsements and you're losing out on this and that. So it's a trap. Either you trash talk Melody so that you can get whatever the reward is for that, or you don't, and now you're struggling because you didn't do as you were asked to do. It's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. Like, comment, and subscribe. I am trying to get to 1,000 so I can become monetized. So I would really appreciate anything you can do. Bye bye.